Hello there everybody, I'm going to be playing some more games with Amber Steel Wheel. I'm throwing my deck list on the screen just real quick for your reference. If you want to see me talk through it a little bit more in depth, at least with regard to the cards that are new from set 2, you can watch my first video, which I will have a link to in the description. Hello there everyone, I just recorded a series of games with the new Amber Steel Wheel list that's now on Pixelborn with Rise of the Floodborn. But it is just so much fun that I cannot help but go back again. Alright, here we are on the play with a little bit of an awkward hand. This can sing a whole new world on 5 with Cinderella. What I think I'm going to do is maybe I'm going to keep that Cinderella, a whole new world as a good backup plan, and maybe try to find a 1-drop queen or a 1-drop or a shift stitch to do it a little bit earlier. Okay, and we we found the shift stitch, and we also have let the storm rage on, and I apologize to my opponent if we absolutely own them, because this combo is broken. Okay, some sort of Amethyst. Ooh, Blurple. Some sort of Amethyst Sapphire. I don't know. But they probably have no sweepers, which is good for us. I wish they would have given me a let the storm rage on target, which is that I mean, that says it all, right? Like, this card is so powerful in combination with Cinderella that I just want them to play something so I can shoot it. Would have been a good draw last turn, but as it is, I think we have to ink the Cinderella. Now, do we walk into Rafiki? If they want to spend their 4 playing Rafiki, I could shoot it. I'm going to do it. I don't think it's going to happen. If it does, we'll live with it. Alright, just a Merlin. Okay. I am going to sing this just to try and hit an inkable, which I failed to do. That's okay. I'm still going to sing a whole new world because I want to hit my ink. My opponent has a bunch of cards in hand. Yes. Alright. So we're pretty far away from Rockstar Stitch, and we're going to be drawing a bunch of cards between now and then, so I'm going to bin that. I'm going to get this queen in, well, honestly it might be better to get this stitch in play so I can shift a stitch. I'm going to do that. Okay, and now, you know, my opponent could deal with this stitch, but then I've got this stitch. If they deal with both, it's unfortunate, but we still got a full hand. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. It's just free ink. Opponent is not sure which character to take out, it would seem. They chose the right one. That is A-okay. We have a great follow-up here. I doubt we'll need both of these. And again, they have 6 ink. They're just not a deck that deals with us going wide super well. I wish I had a few more 1 and 2 drops, but we're still pretty far ahead here. We've got multiple removal spells in hand that can be sung for no ink. Feels like a pretty good spot. Arthur can be annoying, but that was a good draw. because I can take it out by singing this and drawing a card. The storm rages on. My opponent is unlikely to have things that have 5 or more power, and I think that although the queen could pump their things to make this a removal spell, I think this might be bugged right now and doesn't work correctly with support. So I'm going to ink it and play an aerial. Miss, but that's okay. We're still doing fantastic. And at this point, if we draw an inkable, we can play both of these next turn, or shift one, play the other one. It's just I don't see a way back into this game for the opponent. It does feel a little bad abusing a bunch of really powerful cards while everyone else is trying new fun things. I feel like I'm playing the fun police here a little bit, but you know, that's what I enjoy. Okay. I nearly have lethal. Right, +1, +2, 10, I could get to 18. Not bad, but probably not necessary. I think I'll just play it cool and quest up to a decent number and assume this is going to be good enough. No need to waste resources shifting onto characters to get to 18 lore when 15 should be more than enough. Okay, Madam Mim. Can't read it because it keeps moving. I mean, that's cute, but I don't think it's gonna do much for them. All right, another one in the books. Yeah, these games, they go faster now too. The deck closes so well that games just, they end quickly. Another great hand. I'm gonna keep the queen. I can play it with lantern. It's ink if I need ink. I could just draw a shift queen. Really wish I had a whole new world, but I will not be complaining. Ask and you shall receive. And once again, it feels dirty. I feel like I feel bad. But not that bad. Not bad enough to stop doing it. Just bad enough to, you know, have a little bit of empathy for my opponent. Queen of Hearts. Annoying. Annoying. But let's do the thing we're built to do. Let's see. Looks like some sort of Duckfast, Ruby Amethyst, mid-range E thing. We've got a pretty nice hand shaping up here. A little card draw, some threats, some acceleration, some really powerful late game, you know. All the things a good hand needs. And my opponent is only going to be on 3 ink. Ah. Yeesh. Well, let's just be mean. Probably don't need 2 of these. Happy to just sing this. Okay. Annoying. But not that annoying. I'm just going to get my draw in here with Rapunzel. Okay, was hoping to draw something a little bit cheaper. We're not being very ink efficient. I'm gonna keep. I want to keep Strength of Raging Fire just because I can play it for free. I mean, this is gonna be a removal spell, and it's not gonna cost me any ink one of these turns. And I think for that reason, I want to keep it. My opponent could do like a Maui this turn or a Dragonfire. The fact that they haven't done that yet makes me think they don't have it. Oh, okay. So are they just gonna buy time until Be Prepared, maybe? It's the only thing I can think of that would explain this. At this point, I don't think I need the Queen. All right, well, I'm gonna quest. Yeah, that's what's going on. Well, I mean, it's a little bit awkward because I want to play a whole new world, but I feel like it's not that good for me. Instead, I'm just going to quest and pass. Make them have a whole new world and then rebuild, I guess. It's still unfortunate that we haven't drawn any 1 and 2 drops. You really want to play like the Rockstar Conga line after Be Prepared. There's one, I guess. All right. It's enough to make me play Rockstar Stitch first, I think. Getting really overloaded on these. Do they have a second Be Prepared? Hades. Gets +1 lore for each other villain you have in play. They have no other villains. I think I'm gonna shoot it just to draw. I'm not gonna ink that. I think I'm just gonna quest up to 18. Hope they don't have a Be Prepared. I feel like if they did, they might have played it last turn. At least they would have not played this Hades. All right. Another win. What a blast this deck is. Just very cheesy. I feel like if you want to have the occasional game where you don't have to think, you kind of just roll your opponent over without too much effort. This is the perfect deck for that. Okay. A little bit awkward starting with the Grab Your Sword, but that's okay. I think What to play on turn 1? Probably Cinderella. I'm gonna ink. I think I'm gonna ink the big Cinderella. Play small Cinderella. Well, I might need this for ink. I'm not gonna get greedy. I'm gonna hold this for ink just in case. I don't have a song to sing with it, right? Like if I had to let the Storm Rage on, I would probably play this, but I don't. So now I can get the queen in play. And now I have the option of shifting into the queen and playing Grab Your Sword next turn, as well as playing Cinderella if I want to. Yeah, I mean, if they just play another X2, I've got no problem just sweeping them. Yeah. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Oh, what a draw. Okay, well, I don't need this anymore. Let's shift into this. Hit him with one of these. Play a Cinderella, and we are in the driver's seat now. Yeah, it's so nice having the queen package in this deck. It's just so much more consistent. The trouble with the Shift Hook in set 1 was that Shift Hook is uninkable, so you kind of couldn't play 4 of them. But you can play 4 copies of 5-drop the queen, and it just makes the deck so much more powerful, so much more consistent. And let's draw a new hand. They lose. Ooh, they lost to let Storm Rage on. Okay. I have some options. I would be annoyed if they shifted a queen, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm going to get an aerial in play. I like that. That's really good. I'm going to turn off their shift and draw a card. And I'm going to play 1 Stitch so that I don't play too much into a Grab Your Sword. And if they do Grab Your Sword, I have a nice play of Rapunzel, and then Queen plus Ariel can take out their Ariel. Yeah, I think, so talking on like the Masters of Lorcana Discord channel, I think a lot of people are sort of clued into this 1-drop Cinderella. I think leading up to the set release, not everyone was aware of how good this was going to be in the deck, and there were some people who were questioning how good Let the Storm Rage On would be compared to the other 3-drop songs, and I think I was the only person who really wanted to try 4 copies of each. At this point, I am convinced that that was a good choice. It is very, very strong. Okay, I'm gonna shift. It's awkward. I want to use the queen to support my opponent's queen and destroy it with World's Greatest Criminal Mind, which should work per the rules, but I don't think it will. I'm going to try it. So this is, the first one is minus. Okay, well, it's a minus and plus. And I'm gonna sing. And it did not work. So I'm disappointed, but I am not surprised. Okay. Well, luckily we drew a pretty good play. And I'm going to ink this Stitch. Again, I don't want to walk too much into a Grab Your Sword. Our position is so powerful that there's just no need to do that, even to draw 1 card. I want to keep this Rapunzel around to heal something up afterward, probably the Stitch. And the Stitch around just as a big body that quests for a lot. But just know, I mean, that last turn would have been even better for us if this card was working as it is supposed to. Had the option of shifting onto Stitch there to get 2 more lore, but I don't think that's necessary. I'd rather just go even wider. Might have been better. I don't think it matters, though. Okay. First one's good. If they have a second one, they're in this game. Okay. All right. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. Luckily, we have these Rapunzels in our back pocket. Wish I had one more ink so I could play both in one turn, but can't have it all. The sand was already quite good. All right, no problem there. Funny. I think I'm just gonna quest. I go to 16. Worst comes to worst, somehow they wipe our board. I can just play 2 characters that could get us to 20 next turn, and it's gonna be hard for them to deal with these. It's a decent play, but still don't think that will be good enough. Ooh, 5-drop Beast. It's a card I considered for this deck, but the slots are so tight. There are just so many cards that are good in this deck that you can't play everything. All right. So they have played 2 Grab Your Sword. Hmm. 4, 8, 9. Okay, well, I can't play Tinkerbell plus Rapunzel, or I might consider doing that. As it stands, I suspect my best play is to just quest up to 18 and threaten lethal with 3 different characters. I think the only way out of this for my opponent is going to be probably like Grab Your Sword, Tinkerbell. And they've already played 2 Grab Your Swords, so I should be pretty safe here. Obviously, if they, have it all, I could lose, but even then, I just get to play more characters threatening lethal. Okay. It's a start. Probably not. They're going to need a wheel here just to draw into the resources they need. Well, actually, okay. Yeah, it's possible. Cinderella, I think Cinderella might be bugged, but Cinderella could attack into my Rapunzel if it wasn't bugged. That's something I actually completely forgot about, is that Cinderella should be able to attack into readied characters. Still, they would need multiple other things to get out of this. Okay. Interesting. Cinderella was able to attack my readied character. I had a turn where I had tried to do this in a previous game that I didn't record, and it did not work for me. I had shifted my Cinderella that turn and sung a song. I don't know if that matters, but all right, yeah, we take this one down. Thank you so much for watching. I believe I'm completely undefeated with new Amber Steel Wheel, including in games that I did not record. So it's a good one.